talking traditional sports, esports, and gaming. We'll take your phone calls live, 877-853-5247, meeting ID. Esports Extra, that is 377-678-9872. Hit the pound button twice to join the show. Larry Ridley here, low SNY TV, low NBC Sports, low Mad NFL, low NBA 2K League. Oh, man. Who in the association wants some of this? 5-on-5, where we get skull drunk. What am I even talking about? We get curb stomped. We ain't got a damn chance. Not with these four that I got to play with right here. Or maybe it's me. The other four are pretty good. Maybe it's just me.
Man, I hear you a travel waiting to happen.
What's up, guys? Man, we haven't had all five of us in probably a month, maybe.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kelly, our queen, back. This is like, man. Tell Jasper we said thank you, man. Like, and the baby boy, we said thank you. Like, it's
You
great to have
always
back.
gotta run it up, like you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get chopped in the throat, man. I'm good.
Hi, y'all. Hello.
What's up, Kelly? What you been up to the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks?
First of all, relax. It's been like 2 weeks. I was
It has.
sick.
It has.
I got sick, and then you're out being famous, having different shows on our stream. So I mean, there's also that. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, we're trying to be on TV, and you're running tournaments. Like, come on here.
Famous, boy. They don't pay famous people very well these days.
You gotta take that up with management. But
Now we got to go to OG Ivan King Curry. Boy, I tell you what, what the hell happened to the GM of the Brooklyn Nets gaming crew? Where is he at?
It's me, man. This I don't know. I want to go with something different.
I like it, man. Nice and short. Looking good. Just for men. I see you, dog. Actually, I'm the one using just for men. I'm the one that need it. Hey, Willie, what's up, baby?
What up with it? What up with it?
You tell
I'm
me,
happy.
man.
Hey, I'm happy that everybody is on, man.
Hey,
It's good to see everybody.
Once again, it's on. You want to put the technology on the track?
No question. That's what we do.
Okay, just checking. And then, of course, we got to go to Carnoustie out there near Iverson's sister, Bed-Stuy. Well, what's up, G-Dub?
What's going on, man? Just hanging in there, trying to stay inside because it's freezing outside up here, man.
Dude, you were the star of the Madden League this weekend, man. Without you, I don't know. I would have fell asleep, dude, without you, man.
I don't know about star. I mean, it's the players. Some entertaining games, man. Some people lost their mind. Some people didn't. Yeah.
Some damn jokers with the Madden League. I love how Swallow Simo called Leak, he called him Malik. I was like,
Malik.
His name is Malik. It's like, yeah, whatever about Malik. I was like,
shots fired. Yeah.
All right, y'all ready? We got a truncated show. It is 6:36. We got about 31 to 34 minutes max. Y'all ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're talking NBA. We'll get into the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, Super Bowl ratings. We're talking Russell Wilson. Wah. What's he crying for, girl?
all right, don't piss off Derwin. We got 30 minutes. Don't piss off Derwin.
You got beautiful kids. You got a beautiful wife. What the hell what is he crying about?
Don't get me
You
started,
at the
miss.
Super Bowl. You're like handsome. Like, what's going on?
Sometimes he be doing too much.
Yeah, not enough. You're right about it. I'm glad that is growth by you, young man. Say that one more time.
Sometimes he be doing too much. I criticize Russell. Trust me.
No, you don't.
Yes,
No.
I do. Yes,
No,
I
you
do.
don't. No,
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You know, listen.
No.
If you know me from day one, I criticize Russell. Trust the 12s don't. I do.
As good as that team has been the last 8-9 years, they only got one Super Bowl. That's you better be lucky he's playing in Seattle and not like Boston or Philly or New York.
Oh, they were
That's what
running
he
out of
was
New
happy.
York.
Exactly. You better be happy. I was there when Brady didn't won 3 out of 4, but didn't win another one for 8 or 9 years, and they were talking about who cares, so what? So Russell Wilson is lucky to be out there in Seattle. All right, let's get started, guys. We'll start at the very top here. Tom Brady and the Bucks. Go ahead and pat myself on the back a little bit.
Stop it.
Hey, it's me and Kelly, man. We're always, we're two peas.
Hold on, I
It was
picked the
a
Bucks too.
OG
he
pick
did.
Bucks.
Yeah,
Ivan
I got the
picked
text to prove it. He had the Bucks.
OG was coming in strong. Hey, man, what's up?
Nah, I'm just
I don't see
saying.
I
I wasn't bet. You don't bet against Brady, man. Not for the bowl. Like
It was a pick'em game. You gonna pat yourself on the back for a pick'em game?
There wasn't no damn pick'em game. Don't
It
do
was
that.
a pick'em.
No,
Yeah.
70% of the money.
Vegas had it a 3-point 3-point game.
Where was
Come
all the
on.
money, Durham? Where was all the money?
It was a 3-point game.
3-point game with the Bucks playing in their home stadium. So that means on a neutral field, the Chiefs probably favored about 6 or 7.
Yeah. It was a pick'em game. Anybody could have won that game.
It wasn't a pick'em game.
It
Stop
was
it.
too.
Watch the
What
So
do
booty.
you?
then why didn't you win?
Huh?
Why didn't you
I
win?
didn't pick them.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
what does this say about Brady's legacy? 7 out of 10. I said that he would go to one more. I said it on Antonio's show. I said they went by what, Antonio? Like 6 maybe? So they exceeded my expectations. I said Brady would play
Yeah.
more.
Hey, and bro, when we do shows with you, man, tweet them joints out too.
Yeah, you know, my bad, man. My bad. That was
Yeah,
what day was that?
man.
What day was that? What day was that? I'm sorry, dude. Was that Sunday? No, it was Friday, maybe?
Yeah, I can't remember
I can't remember.
what day it was, but
Yeah.
retweet those joints, man. Put them in your stories.
Tweet it out now, and I'll retweet it.
All right.
Get them straight,
Hey,
Antonio.
I was Nostradamus.
I like that
I know.
accountability.
It
I
is.
like
Yeah,
it.
man. Like I ain't LL, man. I need some help.
Yeah.
Boy.
I love your shows, A Willie. I always try to tune in, especially when
I
you do your
appreciate it.
lives. You're
I
doing a
definitely
great job.
appreciate it. Thanks. You know, you coming. So
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what? Anytime you need me, man, let me get on because you know I'm gonna fuck with you. You know that, right?
I already know that. That's
Okay, well,
why
that's why you need to have me on.
that's why we gotta have the whole family on. I already know what's
Well, put
coming,
us out
right?
on there.
Like,
It'll probably take more than an hour. Like we're sitting here wasting time right now. Kelly, your thoughts on Tom Brady? What do you think about Tom Brady and the Bucks? I know you weren't surprised.
No, I wasn't surprised. The the Chiefs actually surprised me. It was like the receivers forgot that like you catch with your hands and not your face. So like I was just confused by their level of play. I felt so bad for my homie, man. Like he just looked just so frustrated out there. And yeah, there were some questionable calls by the refs, yes. But I mean, it's home field advantage. What do you expect? And then I don't think that we've seen that level of fired up Tom Brady in a long time. He went out there with a vendetta with a point to prove. And yes, he kept saying that it's not a comparison. He's not comparing it to the other championships he won. Of course, it was a comparison. Like, come on. And he got to do it while having fun. And I mean, it looked like he was out there coaching the damn game himself. Like, he bypassed a couple of BA's calls. He was doing his thing. He established himself as, just if not the GOAT, he is. I
It's
mean,
out
he's
of
the
reach
GOAT.
now. It's
Yeah,
out of reach.
it's over.
Let's just stop
Like,
with that. He's
it's
the
over.
GOAT. Let's stop. 10 Super Bowls, 7 wins. I mean, I don't want to hear any more about anybody else in the NFL. Not right now. OG, your thoughts on TB12 Tom Brady?
I mean, he is who we thought he was. I mean, and the thing about it is,
And we let him off the hook.
I mean, my
Shout out
thing
to
is
great Denny Green.
right.
The late,
Everybody,
great Denny Green, yes.
Yeah.
everybody wanted to start talking about this whole LeBron, Tom Brady. Like, I'm like, let Tom have his moment by himself. Like, I mean, he's 7 for 10. Like, I mean, no, and we're not gonna see it again. Like, I mean, I really don't think we're gonna see anything like Tom Brady ever again. I mean, Mahomes got a good shot. I wasn't really surprised about this game because missing those 2 tackles I thought was key. Because if he never looked comfortable, he was always peeking, over his shoulder, looking left to the right, and he never had a chance to get comfortable. And with that defensive line, the way they were playing throughout the playoffs, and especially the way they played in the Super Bowl, I felt like Kansas City was in trouble, and they proved that and went on ahead and smacked them. But Tom, I mean, I like it. I think if I'm not mistaken, he said, play to your scrub. And that's where I see Tom Brady going. I mean, if they're gonna keep protecting him like that, and he stays in great shape and can throw his little dump passes and occasionally go downfield. I mean, who knows what may happen. I think somebody guaranteed at the parade that they was gonna win. I can't remember. I think it was one of the D linemen or something like that, but saying that they was gonna win it again. I mean, They was having a good time. They was all
Oh,
soft
Lit
stuff.
Tom. Lit Tom
Yeah.
is my
They was
favorite.
soft stuff.
Did you see him when he got off the boat? They kind of somebody had to grab him. He's like too much
Grab him and
walking or
like
something.
escort him,
Yeah,
because
like
Lit
just
Tom, I'm
equilibrium.
here for it. Yes, I'm here
Hey,
for
Bruce
it.
Arians too, though. Yeah, he was lit too.
They deserve
I
it, man.
love it. I
Aaron's ain't got
love
no
it.
filter. He just says whatever all
Yeah.
the time. He's always been that way.
Um, D-Dubs, this reminded me of Super Bowl 42. Kansas City looked unstoppable like New England did in that year in '07, going into that February 2008 Super Bowl. Tom Brady's just like this, only sacked 3 or 4 times, but he was hit around 20. And that's the thing. Mahomes was hit probably 15, 20 times Sunday night. That was the difference in the game. I don't understand why Andy Reid did not try to run the ball or do something to try to slow down his pass rush to do something to give them some sort of advantage or some sort of kick.
Um, it was this game to me was unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the Chiefs didn't have their two tackles. It was unfortunate that they had to put in another guard. They were missing three offensive linemen.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
one
3.
guy is fighting
Mhm.
COVID. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it
Fighting COVID
showed
as a medical person. Yeah.
because if they have their guys, this game is.
But yeah, but I mean,
Let me
but
finish.
the Patriots got 6 starters. Didn't even play
let
this
me.
year.
I'm not talking about the Patriots.
Oh,
Who
man, you
cares
said
about the
about
Patriots?
okay, so they
We're
just
not
got 6
talking
starters.
about them. Stop it. I'm talking about this Super Bowl that we just watched, where we've never seen Patrick Mahomes have to run around like that. He ran for over 400 yards plus in scramble. It was ridiculous. They could not block
Barrett.
Shaq Barrett, JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul, Dominican Sue, and Vita Vea. You got to double him. It was 1-on-1. They couldn't block him, and that was the game. Period. That was the entire game because they could not block up front. So they made the Chiefs uncomfortable. Mahomes is uncomfortable. The timing is off. He tried his best to get these balls off the best way he could. In one play, he was horizontal, sideways.
Dude was making incredible throws.
Incredible.
And they were
Like,
there.
yeah, like
But yeah, one of them he hit Darren Williams. Darren Williams is not a catcher, the running back. He doesn't catch passes. It hit him in the face. You know?
I said that.
Yeah,
They
it hit
caught
him.
with their faces.
Yeah, I mean, and then the penalties. The corners were getting a little handsy, but there were a couple.
No, they got hosed on a couple.
They got holes in a couple that sustained drives for the Bucks. You
Tyrann
can't
Mathieu,
get-
Brady chased him down. He called
Yeah.
us back on
you can't if you're Chris Jones, you cannot smack an offensive lineman in the face in front of the official. He's retaliating because Jensen did something, and Jensen's notorious for that.
He's
you can't
aggressive. Mm-hmm.
you can't line up offsides on a field goal kick. You can't do that.
Gave him the first down.
Yeah, they did stuff to give
you
Tom
get a
Brady.
pick. Yeah. They got the pick that was called. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To sustain drives. And as I was telling A. Willie on his show, when you see Tom Brady in a pot, I'm looking at my TV screen, about
Clean pocket.
50-inch screen, and I see Tom Brady in my picture. He's bouncing,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nobody around him. He got a clean pocket. He's gonna pick you apart.
It's on that 3rd or 5th step. Ball's coming out. It's like you're in trouble because he's gonna carve you up. They called him the ninja in Boston because he would carve you up.
And the last thing, I'm gonna, Buccaneers, they played a heck of a defensive game. But I'm not going to say they 85 Bears.
And now they're a confident team now, which is like, that's going to be scary, man. Because now they're like, okay, we can play and win. And yeah, we got Brady. We're never out of it. Yeah. Offense is good. And defense, we can lock you up.
I'm happy for them because they don't get there without Tom. This is a good football team, but Tom is the one to put them over the top.
I like how he told him, stop crying in the NFC Championship game. Told one of his teammates, stop crying. And it's like, Brady, you've been to 10. Dog, this is first.
And what's
cry a little bit.
And what's going to be overlooked, and it has to be said, the job, and I was telling A. Willie this, and I'm going to watch his career because he's going to get a head coaching job in the next couple of years. The job that Leftwich did, calling that game, Byron Leftwich, even the first pass to Grunk, that screen, it was in Grunk's hand, and he was to the corner before anybody knew what was going on. He called a heck of a game, and you can't take that away from him.
Brady's numbers weren't like through the roof. He's like, what, 21 of 28, something like about 70% of his passes he completed, 67, but 3 touchdowns, no picks, just 1 sack. It was efficient. Yeah. And you look at Brady's numbers in the Super Bowl. See, I'm a little jaded because I've seen him play bad in some Super Bowls. Not his fault, but just, look, the team was a little overhyped. And I've seen him play great in Super Bowls as well, 505 yards against the Eagles in Super Bowl 52. When you look at his numbers in the 10 Super Bowls, he's like 30-something touchdowns, like, 7 or 8 interceptions, completion percentage like 67%, QB rating like almost 100. It's like, okay, man, just stop the nonsense. He's not the strongest, he's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, doesn't have the biggest arm. All he does is freaking win, and he carves you up.
Yeah, they
And he's
got
smart.
balance. They got balance
He's
this
a leader.
game.
Yeah.
The running
That's
game.
it.
The
Facts.
running game.
That,
They
yep,
were
I
they were
agree.
able
Yep.
to play action pass, hold
Yeah.
those linebackers.
Fournette almost had 100 yards. You're right.
Yeah,
Ronald
he
Jones
had,
And
had
almost
like
50 yards.
150. Yeah,
Yeah, almost
150 combined.
50 yards receiving. He had
Yeah.
89 rushing, 46 receiving. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ronald Jones had like another 60, so they had 150 combined. Real quickly, hey, Willie, let me get you in here real quick. Your thoughts on TB12? Were you surprised the Bucks did it this easily?
I was surprised by that, that it was this easy. You know, one of the things that was
You
really
look surprised right now because y'all frozen.
but it was amazing to me. One of the stats that I was looking at is combined. They had a tracker on. I was saying this on the show that I did with D. Y'all check out the Antonio Williams show on Vocal.
Yes, sir.
When I was doing the show with D, one of the things that was amazing to me was Patrick Mahomes' rush. He actually scrambled for not rush. He scrambled for over 475 yards total, going north, south, east, and west. Right, like it was almost 500 yards. He ran just moving all around trying to avoid being sacked.
It's like Michael Vick and Madden back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, you running all over the place, man. Like it was, you know, that was crazy to see. But the one thing I'll say about Brady, of course, is amazing. Of course, he's the GOAT in the NFL. You know, you can't contest that. But I asked D this on the top of my show about that whole apples to oranges comparison between Mike and Tom Brady and who's the GOAT and team sports. And for me, you know, I said this, I didn't say this because it was about D and I wanted him to highlight his knowledge and what he thought.
That's
but
dangerous.
for me,
That's scary, by the way.
yeah, no, man, D is on it. But for me, the thing that I think about is, and this is sounding as if I'm detracting from Brady, and I'm not, right? But as great as Tom Brady is, it's a different type of pressure when you compete and you're you're accountable to your team for your greatness, but you also are responsible for the growth of a league, a sport, and a brand. That's a different type of pressure.
I love Uggs, but I ain't buying them like Jay's.
Facts. Like Tom Brady is not responsible for the growth of Under Armour. He's not responsible for the growth of the NFL. So that pressure that Michael Jordan played with, that's a different type of pressure. And so for me, it's an apples to oranges comparison in that regard, because that's a different type of pressure.
There's nothing wrong with being number two. Like I say about LeBron all the time, there's nothing wrong with coming in second place. Now, when we were kids, we used to say, second place, that's first loser. But no, man, give it to Jordan, 6 for 6. But look, 7 out of 10 ain't bad.
No, it's incredible.
LeBron can catch him, you know. Maybe LeBron can get the, 6 or 7, you know, we'll see. I think he's got another, 4, 5, 6 years left in him. We'll keep it moving, keep it in.
It's not the same kind of race.
Yeah, that's
No.
I mean, Tom's won that one because LeBron would have to win like 4 more, and he'd get the like 7 or 8, but it would take him like he'd be like 7 and 8 in the finals, which is like is not as good as 7-3. Just like 6-0 is a little bit better than 7-3, especially with 6 finals MVPs as well. Super Bowl ratings a little down. You got surprised by that? I'm gonna say that I was. I know because I thought COVID, snow in the Northeast. I'm like, well, a lot of parts of the country, Midwest as well. I'm like, it's going to be good ratings, but only 96 million watch. Actually, lower Super Bowl in probably 14, 15 years since Dagwood's team played. It seems like when your team plays in the Super Bowl, the ratings aren't good. Except, what did I say, Derwin? I said I think the highest rated Super Bowl was 49, and it was almost 115 million people watched that one. Watch your boys gag at the end. I'll love it. It was beautiful. Glorious.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Oh my
You look, I
God.
got my Christian mouth on right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, shout out to Todd Bowles.
Yes. Absolutely.
Shout out to Todd Bowles for the
Whole
whole
staff. Yeah.
the
African
whole
American
staff.
coordinators, a couple of female employees, coaches on the team as well. BA is doing it big in 2021. You guys' thoughts? 96 million people watched on Super Bowl Sunday. The TV ratings a little down this year. Surprised by that?
What's the average?
Everything's been over 100.
Yeah, I thought they said the average, like at least like 102 million down,
something like that. Yeah,
6
so down
million.
about 6 million.
Me personally, I wasn't surprised. I mean, with everything that's going on, I mean, I think everybody's taking a hit far as viewership. And then too, look, I mean, Tom, I think
Tom fatigue.
Tom,
Yeah.
Tom, yeah, people tired. Like it's funny, people like when a team is winning or like when players are winning. But then when I guess it's like a limit. Like once they start winning too much, it's like a turnoff. So and really, I guess when you look at this Super Bowl, it was what everybody was making it out to be. That you got the old goat versus the baby goat, and so if you don't like Mahomes and you don't like Tom, you probably wasn't that interested in the Super Bowl.
Hey, Willie, your thoughts? Super Bowl ratings down quickly.
Not surprised with everything that's going on with COVID. I think this has been extended enough that people have learned to live without certain things, and or learn to go and foregoing certain things.
Well,
And
it's been
for
tough on me and Coach K, man. No strip clubs. I mean, it's been rough for us. Rough. But go
but
ahead.
y'all still give milkshakes though.
Well, they do bring the
Kelly's face.
they do bring the boys
Priceless.
to the yard. That is true. I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to get some tonight, actually. Go ahead, Willie. That's why I got to get
Milkshake or a stripper?
Oh, the verbiage.
I'll take both. I'll take both.
We know.
Hey, I don't discriminate. I let them all participate. Go ahead,
We know.
No, I'm not shocked by it. I'm not shocked by it at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn,
me
that was short
neither.
and sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
that.
I
You
don't-
said it real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Go ahead,
did.
Kelly, real
Yeah,
quick.
I don't think it's that shocking. I think looking at like maybe you have to look at like how many people don't have cable anymore. People are out of work. You have to cut back on things that you don't need. People stop caring about football right now when there's so much more heavier stuff going on. So for us that like sports is kind of like a refuge, a way to get away, it may be, different for other people. So no, I think it'll be right back where it needs to be next year and moving on. And it
D-Dub,
was hard it was hard to follow a narrative this year if you weren't really invested into football as well.
sure, ratings were down in the NFL about 10, 15%. So that number's about accurate this year. D-Dub's OG mentioned that, the Tom Brady fatigue. I would also say blowout, too, didn't help.
Yeah,
Because you look at the Super Bowls, when they really peak, like at the end of Super Bowl 49, Super Bowl 42, stuff like that, that's when things get interesting. Super Bowl 51, when the Patriots came back, those are some of the higher rated
Oh yeah.
Super Bowls. Go ahead,
yeah.
D-Dubs.
I think Kelly hit on some really good points, but I would have been. I'm a little bit surprised from the standpoint of I thought before the game that this Super Bowl would set some records because of who was participating with Mahomes and Brady
Star power.
host star power, him hosting the Super Bowl for the very first time. That's never happened. Him leaving New England. Can he win it without Belichick? But I can see, because I said this to A. Willie, for the first time, and I can never imagine this, sometime in that third quarter, I almost turned the TV off. Because at that point, I already saw what was happening. They could not block for Mahomes. So I knew what the outcome was pretty much going to be. It wasn't going to change. So how many people watched that first half when it was 21-6, and you saw that the Kansas City couldn't do anything? They couldn't move the ball. They couldn't run the ball. Mahomes had no time.
Well, it wasn't that they couldn't; they wouldn't run the ball.
And then with the penalties, how many people got turned off with the penalties,
Yeah.
saying the officials they're impacting the game? How many people turned away? I
And
think that,
maybe a halftime too with
and the weekend was
The weekend.
horrible.
Trash.
I mean, I like no, I
Y'all
like
said
it.
it. Y'all said it. I thought
No,
I
I
like the
I liked it.
weekend.
I wasn't.
I
Feeling
like
it.
him if
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna
feeling
go hit like a 5 mile jog. I really do.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, some people
I
say that
need
he's not for everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
No, he's a good artist. I was
Yeah.
in a trap mood. That's all. I mean, it was 21-6. I'm like, he crossed, man.
When you're not in a trap mood,
Nah,
like,
that's funny.
He doesn't dance. He's not very entertaining to me. I mean, I recognize the songs. I was like, okay, I know that song. I've heard that before. But other than that, he wasn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I
and
mean,
to me, it also speaks to the fact that again, you got as you all have been saying, the goat and the baby goat, and neither one of them are responsible for the growth of the sport. Back to the point that I was saying about Jordan, right? Like it's as great as both of those guys are, the expectations or the weight of what they hold on their shoulders is completely different. Jordan transcended the sport because of all the things that were on his shoulders, and I just it just speaks to that, where it is you got the two greatest guys at their respective positions, at the most important positions that people think possibly in sports, and they draw the ratings that they draw. It just, again, speaks to my point about neither one of these guys are responsible for the growth of their leagues, their brands, and their sports.
It's
Yeah. Go
kind
ahead,
of
real quick.
funny. It's kind of funny how Jordan pretty much made the game global for the NBA. You know, he carried the NBA.
He expanded.
And
Yeah.
yeah, but then on the flip side, the NFL's, in my opinion, way more popular
Then the
here
NBA.
in
Yeah.
America than the
Right,
NBA.
It
right,
is. It is.
right.
So,
It is.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not on one individual to
Right.
to be the driver of that.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
again,
well, basketball and sports like that, they you can see their faces. So I don't really want to get into all of that between
yeah,
NBA and NFL. But D-Dub is right. NFL's the 800-pound gorilla. All you got to do is look at their their business and their economics, and the NFL is worth almost 20 billion freaking dollars. Now the
But
NBA
to
is
the
not too far behind.
NFL,
Yeah,
nothing is bigger than the Shield.
exactly. That's what
right.
I'm saying.
The
That's
NBA,
the
The,
point.
yes.
the NBA
The
is
That's the
about
Shield,
star
point.
power.
yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
yes.
No, good point. Keep it in NBA. We were talking about top QBs. I would throw somebody in the top five. D-Dub's QB. We'll start with you, Derwin. What the hell's going on with Russell Wilson crying about being sacked and all this other stuff? Why is he
I
doing
mean,
that?
Russell,
Eh,
He's
Russell,
always had a bad line. So why now?
no, you know what? Russell, I like my quarterback, but he drives me nuts from time to time. On the field, he drives me nuts because he holds on to the ball too damn long. I've said it for years that he doesn't throw the ball on time, and it drives me crazy. And this is why Pete Carroll doesn't want him to cook. He would rather run the football and play defense. Now, getting back to this, what's pissing me off about this story right now, and Larry Laptop is talking about it on his damn show. It's because you just got the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, and why are we talking about you getting hit? Talk about the award. Talk about what it means to have this award. You saw a video of him talking about his dad. He wished his dad was here, and what went off the field. Russell's kind of unmatched as far as all he does in the community. And on Tuesdays, he's always at the children's hospital like clockwork. He's always with them kids. He does a lot off the field. He's a great role model. But I think he let Dan Patrick, I think who's asked him the question about the line, you're too old and too much
Well,
of
it
a
was
veteran.
Jason Lockhan-Four that talked about it first, and then Dan Patrick came up and followed up with basically, should you have input being a GM and bringing in talent? And that's when he said, and he kind of chuckled, which means hell yeah. And then he said, yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you give your answer, you move on, you get back to Walter Payton. Get back to talking about that. Because
I guess because he's so diplomatic and he says nothing and he gives a lot of non-answers
Yeah.
like Brady, that he kind of let the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
And-
He's saying what really think he
and
really means.
this is why I will watch a lot of the Seahawks press conferences and the coach, and when Russell speaks, I don't listen. Because a lot of times he ain't talking about nothing.
No, he ain't talking about
He's not talking about nothing. He's a lot
Go
of
Hawks.
cliches.
that.
He go Hawks. Don't get me wrong. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, and he's great for the team and the sports. He's a team guy. But people that don't watch the Hawks have this mind state like the Seahawks are not getting him offensive linemen. Everybody's not perfect. They have tried. They just suck at it. They've drafted.
Okay. I can
they've
take that. Okay.
they've drafted linemen. Last year, I remember they had like 10 linemen in camp.
Gave up a first rounder for
Yeah.
Dwayne Brown, right? From the
Dwayne
Texans.
Brown.
Yeah, they suck at linemen, picking these guys. And it's like the Patriots.
They've had one good one. They had the center, right? Remember they traded
Right,
him.
and they traded him for Graham.
Yeah.
He was the heart and soul of the
He was the best
line.
lineman they've ever had. Him and
Right.
what's the tackle they had? The brother. He was pretty good.
Okun.
Okun. Russell Okun and the
Russell.
center. The two best players they've had probably in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they had. And they went, and I think that was a mistake. I think, Pete started to get away from, let's give Russell a little bit more responsibility. Let's give him a weapon. When Marshawn had been working, the defense had been working, stay to what works. They go get Jimmy Graham, and for 3 years, it didn't click.
I was about to say, y'all haven't sniffed the Super Bowl in like 5-6 years, dog.
And then it took for them. I see the jabs. It took for them to miss the playoffs for Pete to fire everyone and say, we're going back to ground and pound. We're going to get Carson. We're running this damn football. And that's why they've been running the ball ever since. And it wasn't until this year they allowed him to throw more. Why, I don't know. Because statistically,
Come on now.
listen,
Let
statistically,
Russ cook.
Listen,
Let Russ cook.
this
Let
was
Russ
his
cook.
this
Let
was his
Russ
worst
cook. Let Russ
interception
cook. Let Russ
year.
cook.
He threw more interceptions this year than he's ever thrown. This was his worst year
Boy,
when it comes to INTs.
This is violin right here, man. Good gracious. You about to put me to sleep, dude.
But
Hey, Willie, get in here, man. Hey, Willie and OG, get in here, man. I want to hear more from Durbin talking about Russell Wilson.
Hey,
Hey, hey.
I do have to say this.
But he is correct, though. He's
He
right
is,
now.
but
I'm always correct. Stop it.
Whoa.
but at the same time too, I think over an 8 or 9 year stretch, Russ has been hit or sacked like 394 times. That's most.
Yeah, he said about 400 times, yeah.
Right.
And some of them is his fault because he
But-
holds on to the ball.
But you
Let
can
the
say
ball
that
go.
about, but D, you can say that about every quarterback.
No.
Some of them are their
Tom
faults.
Brady don't hold on to that ball.
But you can't say
Aaron Rodgers don't hold on
can't-
to that ball.
D,
No,
let me
he don't.
finish.
Oh
Let me
my
finish. Let me
God.
He's
finish.
right about that. He's right about that.
You can't say.
Hold on.
Hold on. Let
Go
me
ahead.
finish, D.
Okay,
Let me
okay,
finish.
okay.
Go
Right?
ahead. This is getting good. Let me go my popcorn.
You can't say that all 394 sacks
Didn't
are
say
Russell Wilson's fault.
They didn't say that.
Right? That's what you're insinuating. Right?
Let me tell you something. For someone that watches every game, if he has 8 sacks in a
Oh,
game,
there
he's
you
got
go.
4.
Every
It's been on him. 4.
Okay, that's half. That's
Exactly. He's responsible. And if you listen to his
I'm not
interview,
saying he's not
if you
responsible,
listen
D.
to his
D,
interview,
you're-
he
you're-
says
hold on,
he's
You're not. You're
Go
not.
ahead, Willis.
I'm
Go
not.
ahead,
I'm
Willis.
not saying he's not responsible, D.
Damn, we
I'm
ain't got
not
enough
saying
time.
that.
Damn, this is good.
I'm just saying to you that if a dude gets hit 394 times, he gets sacked. And even if half of them are his fault, that's still a hell of a lot of sacks that ain't his fault.
Right.
So so again, I can understand what you're saying in terms of D, that when he says something, this is out of hand, or I get tired of that. But at the same time, there's some validity in what he's saying too. That's
Good.
my point.
Kelly, get in here real quickly. Go ahead.
I mean, I agree with A Willie on like,
No,
yes, if
shit.
half aren't
D-Dub, they
his,
jumping on you.
if half aren't his fault, like he has to advocate for himself at some point because it's his body, it's himself. He wants, like, no one wants to be hit. Like no
And that's
one
exactly
like
what he said. He's tired of being.
You in the wrong business. You're a quarterback. You're going to get hit. You
No,
can't
but
hold on
just-
to the ball. He
which is
does.
yes,
How many
which is
times did we see him
also
run
Coach K, you
around,
ain't gonna make it today, dog. I'm sorry.
pirouette? He's running this way. He's running that.
Right.
Throw the damn ball. What you holding it for? And
Go,
he said
Kelly.
it in the interview.
Okay,
He said
Derwin.
it. Sometimes
Okay.
I hold the ball.
Okay,
so
Derwin, we got it.
we're not talking about those times.
Okay.
Take those times and put them in your back pocket. We're talking about the other times of where it is not his fault, and so the line doesn't do their job. So a quarterback,
They do their job in
especially,
New England, Durbin. They do their job.
I'm done. I
Let me
quit.
tell you
Y'all go
something.
ahead.
Let me tell you something. This
Hey,
the
Stop, Durbin.
Seahawks line.
Okay, Durbin, we
No,
got it.
the
Go ahead, OG.
Seahawks
I'm
line
sorry.
is not
Go
going to
and
block
stop
for
it.
5 seconds.
Okay, we get it. OG, go.
Hey
Damn
man,
it.
I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. With the way he's talking about getting sacked and stuff, he better start working out with his wife and get some better dance moves and skirt and get rid of the ball.
A skirt.
No,
I'm gonna throw.
no, I said he better be able to skirt, like
Oh,
Get
I
out
was
of the
like,
get out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Come on now, Kelly.
Yeah. You know
That's
what?
old.
I
That's
apologize
old school. That's an
publicly.
old school. That's what we used to
Yeah.
say in the '90s. Like they
Yeah,
don't say that
yeah.
no more.
I didn't know if we were being toxic today.
Hey, D-Dub. No, not your brothers. Absolutely never.
Never.
D-Dubs. I'm gonna listen to some Future on my way to Manhattan here in a little bit.
Yay.
Oh man.
I don't listen to
Real-
Future.
More
real
milkshake.
quickly.
He's another guy. He's another guy that don't be talking about nothing.
Real quick, OG,
Percocet.
we're gonna start with you. Going to the NBA. We got like 5-6 minutes. We're at 7 minutes max. Probably 8. Wow. OG, we probably got 9. To be honest with you.
Hard out. Let's go.
OJ, hard out 7:15.
Did you just get to the question?
Hello, you sound like the electric
Stop
from
it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Driving Coach crazy.
I'm sorry. We wilding today. You know what? It's like being around family, man, at Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? We all together and stuff right now. All right, enough of that. OG, NBA, your Nets, man, they've lost 3 in a row. They're average. They're whining now a little bit. KD's all out with the COVID protocols.
Free
What's going on with
KD.
your squad?
All my children.
Well,
Nah,
so at first they were taking responsibility, and they're like, "Oh, we're just average Joes. We don't know what we're doing," and they're making excuses now.
I don't. I mean, I don't think it's excuses. I mean, I watch a lot of NBA games every day, and of course I tune in and watch ours. And the way we get officiated is terrible. I mean,
Y'all
if you
can't
look,
stop a nosebleed. That
well,
ain't the
but
officiating's
that
fault,
I
man. Y'all
mean, I
last in the
get
league, dog. Get
that's
in front of
that
somebody. Stop ball,
that's
dog.
that's fine. But what I'm saying is on the offensive end, like we don't get officiated the same, and then other teams get officiated different. I
Yeah,
mean,
y'all
yeah, we
scoring like
give
130 points, but you're giving up 150.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, that's gonna iron itself out. But in some of these games, though, now you got the whole KD situation that is just, I mean, it's mind-boggling to me how
That was crazy.
somebody can play, then you take them out of the game, and then
What
now
does it say
we can.
about your organization that y'all hired someone with COVID?
Hey, I mean,
I mean, I'm just saying, dog.
yeah, it's just. I bet even with that, I don't even understand how we even still playing, or other teams are
That is
still
true.
that we have
Contact tracing.
played.
That
Like
is
I
true.
mean,
That is
if
Yeah.
true.
if that's the case, but I mean, I'm still optimistic that everything is going to iron itself out. We still have yet to have everybody healthy. I mean, or everybody that we acquired has even played. So,
Well, you got some depth issues, and you guys look like Boston now. You guys got nothing in the middle. Nothing.
well, I think Pelly and Vonleh. I mean, I think those are they'll help to some degree. But I really want Nick Claxton to get healthy. I mean, and see him get back on the floor, and then of course Shumpert. We need a wing defender because Spencer. I think a lot of people down don't realize Spencer is a two-way player. Like I mean, he defends and he scores the ball. So that's been a big loss. But obviously, I mean, yeah, we had some issues
You
on
boy, you
defense.
sound
The
like
reason,
Merlin right now, boy.
but the reason, no, but the reason why I'm tired of hearing it is because they already admitted that. Like everybody has already said that. From Steve Nash to the players that defense has been horrible. Like I mean, so until they decided they want to come out with better effort and change it, it's gonna be what it is. Like DeAndre Jordan, I wish he jumped as high for rebounds as he does for
That's for
lobs.
dunks and lobs.
Like yeah, like when he goes up to dunk, he looked like he got on he back with the Clippers.
He
But on
does.
defense, I've seen him watch the guards like battle for rebounds, like and he just
Wow.
standing there like
Uh,
so.
good stuff.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
valid points. Kelly, your thoughts here. You're a big NBA fan. What do you think about the Nets? Average Joes is what Kyrie said, and he's probably the chief one amongst them. Something like an average Joe, he can't stay in front of no damn body.
I thought they were gonna be average at least for a while. I thought it was gonna take them a long time to catch a rhythm, figure it out. So this doesn't surprise me. I'm glad they said it out loud because a lot of times dudes be acting like they don't really know what's going on. So once you say it out loud, that makes it real, and then you can make a plan to move forward. They got a lot of stuff going on with KD, COVID, all of that. That's a distraction and a mess. But I told y'all that Hart and Curse ain't nothing to play with.
Ooh, she did say that. She did say it. Hey, Willie, your thoughts, man? What do the Nets need to do to break out of this, other than not give up a buck 50?
I think whenever you watch a team, if you really want to see like the team dynamic, you really don't even pay attention to the offensive end of the floor. It's the defensive end of the floor
Because
that
that's
tells you
effort.
how
That's all
connected the
effort.
team
Hmm.
is, and when people, and also that understanding of, okay, I know if I do this, if I gamble, I know you're going to be behind me, or I know if there's going to be a switch, we can do it without communicating. That stuff happens when you play with people for a while. And I just think that they need some time to figure this out. And with to do this in the middle of the season, yeah, I mean, not in the middle of the season, but in the midst of the season, to add the pieces that they added, and also to having people out with COVID and all those things, I think it makes it very difficult to try to do this on the fly. But with that being said, like I know they'll watch the trade market. I know they'll watch the waiver wire market as well to see what happens. But I'm still looking at them as well and saying, I said this before, that those other guys still they can't get caught watching. Like those other guys got to be aggressive too. And I get it that you got to defer to KD, you got to defer to James, you got to defer to Kyrie, especially when they're cooking. But you can't let them buffalo you into not being a basketball player as well, whether that's offense, defense, whatever, because they need you to win. So I'm waiting for those other guys to assert themselves to a certain extent also.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
looking at
good point.
James Harden trying to guard, Griffin, man, and it's just like it's comical, dude. D Dubs, your thoughts here on the Nets. I mean, it is. I mean, you seen the highlights, man? There was a couple of plays. It's like that's a bucket. I mean, why have you been playing defense right here? D-Dubs, your thoughts?
Well, it's still early in the season. They still got a little time to try to get it together. I'm not for all the soap opera. This is not the city for it. They better get it together before this fan base starts to turn on them
Well,
because there's no excuses.
speaking
We
of
don't want to
fans,
hear. We don't want to hear it.
speaking of fans, they're going to be back February 23rd. 20%. That's what they're going to allow. State of New York right now. So maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see.
Mm.
Uh,
It might not help. They get heckled in their own building. They play like that. You give them a buck
Bruh.
50.
oh man.
No,
That
yo,
is
they
no
might.
that no that is true. Like I mean, I don't witnessed it, so I mean it's definitely capable of happening. Just to piggyback real quick off of what A Willie said, that was the one thing I liked about Karis LeVert because he never played down or anything. Like he still played his game
He did.
no matter who was out there, and I think Spencer would do the same thing
Exactly.
if he was
Facts.
healthy. Like you need those type players. The other thing, Shamit has shot. He has not shot the ball. You know, as of late, he's been shooting well, but overall, he hasn't shot like he shot when he was in LA. So that's definitely been a blow. And then TLC, I mean, he's coming around, but just overall, even though we've been giving up a lot of points, it's
Yep.
I'll still say points off turnovers is what's killing us more than any. Like I've never thought Harden would turn over the ball as much as he has. Kyrie, KD, like they've turned the ball over a lot, and then when we turn it over, we're giving up layups and free buckets. So
Sure.
I mean, it's just been an overall avalanche of issues.
Real quickly, about 15 seconds each. The Mavs and the national anthem changed. The story has changed a couple times in the last 24 hours. They didn't want to play the national anthem, or they haven't for all 13 preseason and regular season games. Cuban said, "I'm not going to do it." Now they're saying, the NBA is like, "Hey, it's the policy now. Fans are returning. We need to play the national anthem. It's been a long-standing policy." The Mavs are saying, "Hey, we've been working with the community, hearing our community. They've got some issues, feel like they've been left out. So that's why we didn't play the national anthem. It will be played. We never said we were never going to play it again, but it will be played at some point going forward. Actually, probably the next home game." Just you guys'
Yeah.
thoughts on this whole. I tried to break it down in 15 seconds. Your thoughts, Cass? Kelly first. Ladies first.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Um,
Ooh,
hey,
ladies
uh,
first.
you're cutting into my
10,
15 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
10
You
seconds.
got 20 now. You got 20.
Exactly. No, I think that, I think it's an ongoing thing. I think that playing of the anthem or not playing of the anthem doesn't make you a patriot either way. What you do in the community and what you hear from people and what you like your activism makes you a patriot. So, either words behind what's not being done or words behind what's being done, either way, the anthem is a song. Yes, it can be offensive, but I'm more about action. Like I'm about that action boss. Like what are we doing to forward our community? So that's really what like where I stand on it. I'm never one to force someone to do something or not force them to do it. But like I'm just all about the activism and like really being a patriot for our people and our country.
T-Dubs.
Um, I'm over it. I've been over it since Kaepernick. Um, I'm at this point. I think this country's broken. I don't think any of these sports need to do the anthem anymore, and just be done with it.
They stopped doing it at the UFC. You're right about that.
Just stop doing it altogether. I mean, back in the day, I thought it meant something, but now,
Too
like I
politicized.
said, yeah, I mean, like I said, going back to Kaepernick kneeling during the anthem, I think is what started it, and now it's the point. This country's so divided.
Yes.
Just do it, because you're gonna.
Don't even get me started on the rioters using the flag to break
Yeah, I
into the
mean,
Capitol. Like if you really care about the flag, that's grotesque and disgusting. But okay.
because back in the day, for me, people used to say to me, "D, why you love sports so much?" I used to always say, "Sports is the one thing that brings people together."
Microcosm of society.
I could be anywhere in this country. If I see somebody with a Seahawk hat, jersey, I'm gonna say something. And I've struck up conversations with people because that person could be white, Asian, whatever. But man, we share the same team. You could go to a sports bar. You might not know the guy next to you, but he's got on a Steeler outfit or whatever. Y'all gonna talk. Y'all gonna chum it up because y'all share the same team. Now everything's political.
It is. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hey, Willie, your thoughts about 15 seconds.
It's just amazing to me that the same people that talk about putting the anthem in sports and making sure that we make that policy are the same people that took the anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer out of schools. It's the same people. So that dichotomy or that living on both sides of that and that double standard is very interesting to me.
Separation of church and state. OG, Ivan Curtis.
I think between Kelly and A Willie, I'm right on track with them. I mean, it really ain't too much to be said. I agree with what Kelly said. It's more about your activism and what you show through your humanitarian efforts versus you know the anthem alone. And then, like A Willie said, we pick and it's like we pick and choose.
Right.
So
The more time goes on, the more patriotic Colin Kaepernick looks, to be honest with you. So that's another topic for another day. Real quickly before we got here, Compete Forever on Black News Channel this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern as well. Comcast Xfinity, DirecTV, ATT Uverse. What else you got? Optimum. You got Charter as well. 65, 70 million homes. Black News Channel giving us some love today on their Instagram. We appreciate it. Thank you for that. Yeah,
Hey.
good stuff, Black News Channel. They're falling in line. They're getting happy, man. They ordered some more episodes, and we're excited to be there, man. Hopefully, they continue to take off, and they've been around for a year now, so we'll continue to be, you know, good partners with the BNC now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, episode 37 this weekend, season 54 playoffs, divisional round, correct, Coach K? Final eight.
That
All
is
right, be
correct.
this weekend. Be this weekend. All right, you'll see Derwin on there talking nonsense as usual. And that'll be
Get
that.
him, D.
Derwin's nice.
Shout outs, get out of here. Everybody get a shout out real quick.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Renee Montgomery
Facts.
retiring from the WNBA. I'm not
Yeah.
not surprised at all. I know she has so much more to give to this world, and she's got different ventures going on. So I'm looking forward to watching what she does next.
She's killing it. She was doing play by play in the NBA
Yeah.
G League in the setup at her house today. I was like, damn,
I saw that.
Renee like is multimedia. That's what she is, man. I want to be like her when I grow up. OG.
check out the OG 2 Cents podcast on all major streaming platforms and YouTube. And I was happy today that everybody was here, man. So just shout out
Felt
to
good. Felt good.
the Esports Extra family. Unfortunately, let's get started on time so we can
Yeah, I
bond
know.
a little bit longer, man.
Yeah, I know. But we still got to keep it less than an
Hey,
hour. Now.
I
That ain't
appreciate
gonna
y'all
change.
accommodating me. had something I needed to do real quick. I
Well,
appreciate it.
I was running a little late anyway, and we just waited another 10, 15 minutes for you. I was like, all right, 6:15. I wasn't ready anyway. I'm like, shit, I'll give him 15 more minutes. I need it myself. So thank you, A. Willie, for being late. But tomorrow's the key. We got the Madden League. I need all you guys because we just gonna sit here and crack jokes while these guys pick their stupid little teams. So.
No, we gonna listen to Kev.
Draft shows
if
are my
they don't follow,
favorite.
yeah,
Terrible,
if they don't follow directions.
Draft
gonna
shows are
chat.
my
Why they
favorite.
pick
need-
their stupid little team?
I need Kelly's help.
They
yeah,
be in there chastising folks.
yeah,
No,
we do
man.
need Kelly because they react differently when it's coming from her.
Yeah, yeah,
They do,
yeah.
They do.
yeah.
They do.
I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm here.
Hey,
I think Renee just was like, what was Renee's little saying? Something about
Where's your confidence?
Where's
buddy?
your confidence,
got
buddy?
me, yeah.
He was like, where's your confidence? Good stuff, man. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be sharp. We'll get started, and we'll get out of here as fast as we can. We're working on some stuff. We'll continue to talk about that. Love you guys. Coach K, OG. Kelly Wells, she's the queen. Queen to be a president. Hey, Willie, D-Dubs. Thanks for watching Esports Extra, the only live call-in sports show talking traditional sports, esports, and gaming. We'll see you tomorrow right back here, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make it a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye.